Okay, guys, welcome back. I am back with 9 more psychedelic gems from the 1960s, and this is a follow up of the 16 psychedelic gems video earlier. So we're just going to get started right off the bat here. These are in no order, kind of like the last time. It's just 9 more additions to the list. So eventually, I think that'll probably make it like 25 songs or whatever. So anyways, we're going to start with this song from a band, a San Francisco band with the leader of the band was a violinist. And he formed a band in 66 or 67, and they released an album, self-titled album called It's a Beautiful Day. David LaFlame, and just a fantastic summer album. That entire album is a great album. I can listen to it from start to finish and never skip a song. The most famous song I think off of it is called White Bird. White bird in a golden cage. So you may have heard that song. But the song that I'm talking about off this album, it's off the same album, very imaginative, haunting song with a little kind of a playful melody. It's called Girl with No Eyes. Girl with no eyes. Just very weird, kind of bizarre psychedelic song. It's almost whimsical, but very mysterious. It keeps within that mysterious poetry of the lyrics. Very haunting song. My daughter used to be afraid of that song when I would play it, even though it's still, it's not like a scary song or anything like that, but it's just very, very strange. I really don't know what he's talking about, but I enjoy the song. The next song is by a band, West Virginia based psychedelic band. I've met these guys. I've played music with these guys. A fantastic bunch of people. They were actually, if I'm not mistaken, one of the first psychedelic rock bands to play in a church, like Christian rock. Although some of the songs that they released on their album weren't necessarily Christian rock, they were psychedelic rock. But yeah, they had done like some sort of, I don't know what you would call it, liturgy or something. But anyways, this is off of some of the 1968 recordings that were later released on an album called Total Electric Happening. The band in question is Mind Garage, and the song in question is called Water. I love this song. It sounds like a garage band version of Country Joe and the Fish if Marty Ballin was singing for them. Larry McClurg is the singer of the band. His voice is very, very comparative to Marty Ballin from the Jefferson Airplane. It does have a very watery sound. I get water. And I think it was originally used in the liturgy called Communion, but this is a different song. I will link these songs in this video. I don't necessarily think I can make a Spotify playlist that would have all of these songs, because not all of these songs are on Spotify. So I'll make sure that each one of these songs get linked into the video. But yeah, Total Electric Happening, very hallucinatory trip of a song, and then it kind of smashes in with some hard psychedelic funk. Very deep lyrics. I really enjoy this song, Water by the Mind Garage. The next song is a very strange song. Again, I don't know what the guy's really referring to. It sounds to me like it sounds like the narrator is tripping in his new apartment, because he keeps singing furniture, woo! Real Crazy Apartment by WINSTON'S Fumbs. I don't know what that is either. These guys must have really been high. Anyways, it's apparently about again, an apartment. He's describing furniture and things on the wall, and very cool song though. I really enjoy it. I like it's a driving song, lots of heavy fuzz and noise, but then there's like this little breakdown in the song where it gets, very spacey. Just a cool song. Real Crazy Apartment, WINSTON'S, Fumbs. The next track I want to talk about is called It's a Happening Thing. That was big back in the 60s, the Happenings. And this is by a band called the Peanut Butter Conspiracy. And if you ever wanted to know what it would sound like if the Mamas and the Papas met the Jefferson Airplane, this is the band you need to hear. Peanut Butter Conspiracy. Very catchy pop tune from this band. Very feel good, kind of psychedelic bubblegum. Sounds like something you'd hear at one of the B-ends from back then. But yeah, it's a happening thing. Love the female vocalist on this. Just a cool track. Sounds a lot like It's a Beautiful Day too. The next one is a very well-known band, and this may be the most well-known song on this list. It's not really an obscure song, but it's not one of the songs that's played a lot. It's by the Moody Blues, the band, Nights in White Satin. Okay, this is a song off that same album, the Days of Future Past, 1967 album. This is called Twilight Time, or The Evening. It's probably, like I said, the most well-known song, but still not very popular. It's a very nice British psychedelic, what I would consider to be like proto-prog rock, but it's still the psychedelic feel in it. This whole album is connected, almost like a concept album. There's a narrator and everything, but this is one of my favorite songs off the album. Nights in White Satin is my favorite song off the album, but this would run at a close second. Very sophisticated, very dramatic sound coming from the Moody Blues in this one. Dreamy, just a twilight time. It's the Moody Blues. It's cool. The next song is by a band that you may not have heard of. You might not have heard of this band, but they were the precursor to Yes. Chris Squire, Peter Banks was in this band, and they were a psychedelic band from England. And the song is called, or the band is called The Syn, S-Y-N, and the song is called 14-Hour Technicolor Dream. There was actually an event that took place in London called the 14-Hour Technicolor Dream back in, I don't know if it was 66 or 67, but lots of psychedelic bands going on there, so I imagine that's what this song's about. Song intro is very calming, like a daydream. Then it kicks into this sort of rebellious psych rock. Fits well into like a mod or freak beat sound of the swinging 60s in London. So I like that one. 14-Hour Technicolor Dream by The Syn. The next one is by, it's like a piece of psych pop, I guess, what you would call it. It's by a band called the Acid Gallery. Wonder what they're talking about. But yeah, basically, this song is something you might hear at like a festival or something. It's called Dance Around the Maypole. Dance around the Maypole. And that's about how the guy sounds too. It's a very, very bizarre vocal. This is, yeah, I mean, this would fit right into the psychedelia of the Syd Barrett type of, some of his childish explorations of the 60s psychedelia. Weird vocals again. Yeah, very heavy fuzz on the guitar. Yeah, I mean, it's, I don't really know how to describe the music to it, but it's got some fuzz in it, but then it does have this sort of circus feel to me, Dance Around the Maypole. childlike feel to it. The next one is called Aphrodite's Child is the band, and the song in question is called The Four Horsemen. Now, Aphrodite's Child had an album, I think it was in 68, 69. And it was a concept album. The entire concept was the Book of Revelation. And I think the album was called 666, Mark of the Beast. But it was the Book of Revelation. And so there's a chapter in the Book of Revelation that speaks of the four horsemen, the four horsemen. So that's what this song's about. This is kind of proto-prog psychedelic pop again. It sounds to me like... Now, granted, this particular song doesn't sound that way to me, but the rest of the album sounds like they recorded it on a bus. I mean, it sounds like they're just getting together, like they're at the farm, and they're just getting together making music. But this song is very, very well produced, I will say. It's my favorite song off that album. I'm not real crazy about that entire album. But the Four Horsemen, Aphrodite's Child, I mean, bizarre vocals are very hypnotic. It's got a descending melody that's going to just pull you right in. And it's just very strange, very bizarre song. But just once you hear it, you'll love it. The chorus is very cool, if you would call it a chorus. But, you know, it starts out, and when the Lamb opened the third seal. I mean, just very weird. And then it's like the leading horse was white, the second horse was red. I mean, just very driving hard rock. And let me tell you something. This has one of the best guitar solos I have ever heard come out of the 60s, this side of Jimi Hendrix. I mean, whoever put this together, it was a blistering guitar solo. Love this song. Love that guitar solo. And finally, there is a song, the next song, that was the Four Horsemen, Aphrodite's Child. So the next song is Michelangelo by the 23rd Turnoff. Okay, so this is a very obscure song, very obscure band as far as I can tell. It's probably the most flower power of all of the songs that I've listed. But it is kind of a downbeat tune, very melancholic, very trippy sound. But it's good for just kind of sitting around and relaxing. Michelangelo. I mean, I love this song. There's something about it that's just very, it almost gives you that nostalgic feel that I talked about in the other video, some of those songs. So basically that's 9 more psychedelic gems from the 1960s that I recommend you explore. Again, I will try to link all of the songs. Some of them may be, I'm just going to try to do probably YouTube links, because like I said, some of these will not be on Spotify. I've already checked that. So if you like this video, thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, whatever. Pass it on. I appreciate you guys, every one of my listeners. If you got any ideas, like I said, shoot it at me in comments. I'm wide open to things. I'm just trying to explore a little bit in the music. So until next time, guys, thank you for listening, and you guys take care of yourselves.